everyone. Thank you so much for joining us to celebrate the launch of MassBioEd's Life Sciences Apprenticeship Program. My name is Sunny Schwartz, and I am the CEO of MassBioEd. Just a quick technical note before we get started. We purposefully chose a Zoom meeting format for this morning's program so that our guests could see each other. We think we're tired of not seeing each other. So feel free to use the chat function. You see someone you haven't seen in a long time, private chat them. Or if you hear something you really love, you can chat everyone, which I'm sure you'll want to do after you hear our student speaker today. We just ask that you please stay on mute for the program. So we are here today to celebrate MassBioEd's Life Sciences Apprenticeship Program, which started over the summer, and we're very excited to have this public launch event today to officially announce this really unique program. The first occupations targeted for the apprenticeship program are biomanufacturing technicians and clinical trial associates. I could not be more excited about this program, and I'm going to tell you why. I have been working in the field of workforce development for over 20 years, and this program, I have to say, it's a workforce development professional's dream. And there's two main reasons why. First, the industry is incredibly invested. And second, we are training for great jobs. Now, this industry investment is critical. First, these programs started because employers came to us and said, we can't hire for these jobs. Second, we work with senior level staff from industry, and they've been heavily involved in designing the program and curriculum. But most important is how our employer partners have invested in the talent. So they are extending offers to the apprentices before they start training, so everyone knows where they're going to go to work as soon as they finish their educational piece. They are paying for the training costs, and the employers are also paying the apprentices a stipend during their educational period so that they can afford to work less, so that they can study more. So Carla is going to tell you in a little bit who our amazing employer partners are, but I just want to say hats off to you and thank you for stepping up. So just a quick note on data. At our Life Sciences Workforce Conference in June, we revealed the potential for up to 20 million new square feet of space dedicated to life sciences companies in Massachusetts, and that could potentially create 40,000 new jobs by 2024. That's a lot of jobs. So this year, we're training 30 people in this program in our pilot year. So we have a long way to go. But this program really has the capacity to grow much larger, given both the industry investment that I mentioned, as well as the nature of how apprenticeships work. So both programs are registered with the Commonwealth as official apprenticeship programs. The first registered apprenticeships in life sciences in the nation that we know about. And because of this, they're eligible for potential public funds towards training. And speaking of funding, I want to thank our program sponsors whose support made the launch of these programs possible. So our leadership sponsors, Bristol Myers Squibb, Pfizer, and the Commonwealth of Massachusetts, the Executive Office of Labor and Workforce Development, who awarded MassBioEd an apprenticeship grant. Our builder sponsor, who's our partner, the Massachusetts Life Sciences Center, and our innovator sponsors, Alexion Charitable Foundation and Aranta Bio. And three of these funders are also employer partners, BMS, Pfizer, and Aranta Bio. So double thank you. So I also just want to give a quick shout out to our advisor, Rainer Gaulick. Rainer is just a tireless advocate for apprenticeships and helped us tremendously as we designed these programs. And I think we probably wouldn't be here without his advice and also his encouragement. So thank you. And so today, we are going to hear from great workforce development leaders and partners, as well as a member from the first apprenticeship cohort. And in addition to the distinguished speakers that you'll hear from this morning, I also want to thank and recognize other great elected officials who are present with us today: Senator Becca Rausch, Boston City Councilors Ed Flynn, Frank Baker, and Kenzie Bach, as well as we have staff from several offices: Congressman Jake Auchincloss, Senator John Cronin, and City Councilor Liz Breeden. So now I am very honored to welcome U.S. Congresswoman Lori Trahan, who represents Massachusetts' 3rd District. Representative Trahan introduced legislation that provides workers with more opportunities through valuable apprenticeship programs like this one. And we are very lucky to have her representing Massachusetts and excited to have her with us today. Representative Trahan.
Oh, thank you, Sunny. And thank you so much for inviting me to join you all in the MassBioEd celebration today. I'd like to just start by congratulating you all for launching this exciting new program. You know, I've long been an advocate for increased apprenticeship opportunities. After all, our registered apprenticeships are a proven federal investment with high returns. In fact, 94% of apprentices find employment after completion of their programs, and they earn an average of over $70,000 annually. However, very few workers experience the benefits of apprenticeships. In fact, data from the Department of Labor shows that just 0.3% of workers nationwide have completed an apprenticeship. Yet, apprenticeships are essential to workers' ability to strengthen their skills and increase their value in the workplace, 2 things that will be critical as we continue navigating the economic fallout from COVID-19. So early this year, the House passed the National Apprenticeship Act, a $3.5 billion investment to expand the National Apprenticeship Program and create nearly 1 million new apprenticeship opportunities for American workers. That legislation included a bill I introduced with Representative Joe Morelli of New York to authorize the Department of Labor to provide grants to encourage participation in the national apprenticeship system by small and medium-sized businesses as well. So these grants will help businesses offset costs of creating or expanding apprenticeship programs, training incumbent workers as mentors or employees supervising apprentices, and providing wages for those apprentices. So in Massachusetts, we are lucky to have a life sciences industry that is rapidly growing. As Sunny said, 67% over the last decade, and over the next 3 years, the industry is poised to generate more than 20,000 jobs. But I like that 40,000 job number even better. We need workers to fill these jobs. That's why MassBioEd's new apprenticeship program is so exciting. 9 of this year's apprentices live in the 3rd District of Massachusetts, which I have the honor of representing, and 2 of the apprenticeship employers and first supporters of the program, Bristol Myers Squibb and Pfizer, are also based in the district I represent. So together, they are providing a total of 12 apprentices with career pathways in biomanufacturing. This is exactly how we can create jobs and help our economy grow. It's worth noting that President Biden's Build Back Better agenda will build on your efforts by investing in registered apprenticeships that will prepare millions of American workers for high quality jobs in growing sectors. All told, the Build Back Better agenda would provide more than $65 billion to the Department of Labor to carry out workforce development activities. And that includes $5 billion dedicated specifically for registered apprenticeships, youth apprenticeships, and pre-apprenticeships. So like my bill, this assistance prioritizes opportunities for non-traditional apprenticeship populations, including women, minorities, individuals with a disability, veterans, and so many others. So in short, this Build Back Better agenda reinforces the importance of the work MassBioEd is already doing right here in Massachusetts. This work strengthens the middle class and it helps our economy grow. So I can't wait to hear of the incredible things the apprentices go on to do. And I just want to thank you again for inviting me to participate today, and congratulations on the start of such an exciting new program. Thanks.
Thank you so much, Representative Trahan, for your leadership in Congress and for your support of just critical programs like this. We're so delighted to have you today and we're very lucky to have you representing Massachusetts. So thank you. So now we're going to hear from a man who needs no introduction, Dorchester native, a man we know well for leading the city of Boston, who is now in President Biden's cabinet, U.S. Secretary of Labor, Marty Walsh.
Hello to all my friends back in my home in Massachusetts. I'm thrilled to congratulate MassBioEd and all of your partners in industry and state government on the launch of your groundbreaking new apprentice program. Biotechnology is one of Massachusetts' signature industries and one of our greatest gifts to the world. I saw the impacts every day when I was mayor of Boston. It's an engine of economic growth, and it's demonstration of our leadership and our values on the world stage. And today, as we fight our way out of the COVID pandemic, this industry's value has proven beyond a shadow of a doubt. Biotech and life science have a critical role to play in bringing equity into our workforce. We need to draw on all of our talent and cultural perspectives, and we need pathways into these great careers for local students, especially women and people of color, who face systemic barriers to careers in science. That's why I'm so excited about MassBioEd's new program. With wraparound supports and mentorship, strong industry partnerships, and guaranteed jobs and career opportunities, these are the kinds of high-quality apprenticeships that get the results. As Labor Secretary, I'm working to expand the apprenticeship model to new industries and more diverse participants. And I could not be more proud that you are doing this in my home state. You're going to help our country build back better with an inclusive middle class, just as President Biden is asking us all to do. You're going to change the lives of your graduates, and they're going to change the world. Thank you once again.
Thank you so much. MassBioEd is grateful for the support of Secretary Walsh's work, both as mayor of Boston and now leading the nation's labor department. We just couldn't have a stronger advocate for workforce training, such as apprenticeship programs. Thank you. And now I'm thrilled to welcome our very own Massachusetts Secretary of Labor and Workforce Development, my friend, Rosalin Acosta. In the many times I have heard her speak, she always mentions the value of expanding apprenticeship programs to non-traditional jobs. Secretary Acosta, we're grateful for your leadership and also for your support of MassBioEd's apprenticeship program.
Thank you, Sunny, and good morning, everyone. What a lineup for me to follow. Representative Trahan, Secretary Walsh, and you, Sunny, thank you for that very warm welcome. I'm so happy to be here today at MassBioEd to talk about, as Sunny alluded to, one of my favorite topics, which is apprenticeship programs. I am thrilled to be here today at MassBioEd, one of our Apprenticeship Innovation Fund grant recipients. Massachusetts is recognized as the worldwide hub for the life sciences industry. Employment in this industry has increased continually for decades, even when other industries have faltered. Over 89,000 people are currently employed in the Mass Life Sciences ecosystem, and life sciences continues to grow at 4% from 2019 to 2020, which is double the national industry rate, despite the onset of the COVID-19 pandemic and subsequent recession. But as with many high-demand sectors, the supply of qualified people has not kept up with the growing demand for talent. One existing proven solution is apprenticeship programs. Apprenticeships target populations that the pandemic has hit the hardest, like women, working moms, Black, Latino, youth, and individuals with disabilities. In the first quarter of 2021, more than 10,000 apprentices were registered in Massachusetts. These opportunities fill industry needs while offering career growth and economic security for the unemployed and underemployed. And for those in the program, apprenticeships are life-changing. Many program graduates experience a base pay in their new full-time jobs that is 2.5 to 3 times more than what they were earning prior to enrolling as an apprentice. As demonstrated here today, we recognize the opportunity in STEM occupations, and significant efforts to expand apprenticeship into technology, clean energy, biotech, and biomanufacturing are happening right now. These expansion efforts are only possible through our partnerships with organizations like MassBioEd, and participating employers, which is a big reason I'm so excited to be speaking to you today. We know about the Future of Work report that 30 to 40,000 workers per year will need to be reskilled to meet employer demands over the next decade. The $240 million investment of the American Rescue Plan proposed by the Baker-Polito administration will help us meet this moment. This down payment, as I often call it, will help train over 52,000 people over the next 3 years. And $150 million of this proposal is allotted for apprenticeships and other entry and mid-level programs. These are proven job training models that provide a solution for high growth areas like the life sciences. The importance of life sciences as an overall economic and growth driver in Massachusetts cannot be overstated. Working together allows us to expand apprenticeships, ensuring that our biopharmaceutical manufacturing and clinical development workforce better represents Massachusetts communities and helps inform the industry with diverse perspective and experiences. Thank you all for participating in this program. I want to particularly thank our employers and to everyone at MassBioEd to really jumping into this opportunity. I really do believe that this is a game changer for Massachusetts, and I couldn't be more thrilled to be in partnership with MassBioEd on this journey. Thank you very much and have a great session.
Sorry. Thank you, Secretary Acosta, and thank you for all the support you've given us over the past 2 years as we established these apprenticeship programs. So I'm Carla Talanian. I'm the Director of Apprenticeship and Workforce Initiatives here at MassBioEd. Now that you've heard a little bit about what makes apprenticeship so special, I'd like to describe for you some of the finer points about the structure of our program. I'll also introduce you to the 2021 employer partners and also to our apprentices themselves. Before I do any of that, I really want to thank our program manager, Jermaine Palmer. Jermaine joined us less than a year ago, but she has become an essential pillar of our programs and really deserves a lot of the credit for their success so far. Our apprenticeship programs really start with employer commitment. Our employers tell us which positions they need to be filled and what the requirements are for their new employees. These are the inaugural employer partners of our programs. We could never have brought this idea to fruition without their help. They've guided the curriculum development, they provided ongoing support in classes and as mentors, and they bring professional insights to our apprentices that are absolutely invaluable. Our employer partners also put their money where their good intentions are. They pay for the apprentices' education. They provide a stipend to the apprentices to help support them while they're focusing on their studies. But most importantly, these companies put their trust in us to execute on a bold plan for a brand new paradigm in workforce development for the life sciences industry. For that trust that they put in us, we are really deeply grateful. Once the employer commitments are attained, we focus on the curriculum, the topics of study, the kind of assignments the students will work on. All of these are carefully chosen by our educational providers with guidance from the employer partners. In addition to the all-important technical skills, our apprentices are given weekly classes in soft skills that will help them navigate their way into a new career. They have a business of biotechnology course so that they can gain a perspective for the big picture of drug development. And most importantly, we really want to instill in them an appreciation for the role that they will play eventually bringing medicines to patients. This year, Northeastern University is the educational provider for our biomanufacturing program, and the Association of Clinical Research Professionals is providing education for our clinical trial associates. All of the instructors have been incredible partners. They're totally dedicated to the apprentices' success, and that's been really inspirational. As stated before, the curricula are designed to really focus on the employer's needs so that the apprentices arrive on the job with strong foundational knowledge and skills, and they're ready to absorb new information specific to their employer's unique products and processes. Once the educational piece and the employer commitment are in hand, we begin our recruitment. One of the biggest values that MassBio's apprenticeship program offers is that we do the outreach to local communities who've been historically underrepresented in the life sciences industry. We seek out community-based organizations, adult learning centers, career centers. We advertise in local newspapers and on job boards with the intention of attracting a diverse set of candidates into the program. This year, we had about 400 people who expressed interest. We provided these people with information on the careers, on the industry in general, and on the particulars of the program. We also assess their math and communication skills. We conduct behavioral interviews. We do reference checks and background checks before sending potential candidates to our employer partners for the final selection. No one is admitted into these programs until an employer confirms that they will hire them as an apprentice. Once an apprentice gets a job offer from one of our employer partners, then they're admitted into the program. Once the cohort is complete, they begin their education, which lasts for 20 weeks in the case of the biomanufacturing technician and 12 weeks for our clinical trial associates. All the classes are delivered online, but they're live with synchronous instruction and a lot of group interaction. The biomanufacturing program also includes 12 weeks of in-person hands-on training. And at the end of the educational period, the apprentices transition into their new jobs. Every apprentice will be employed as a full-time employee of their host company for a period of 1 year. While on the job, MassBioEd continues to support the apprentices in the form of professional and peer mentoring, and will actively solicit feedback from the apprentices and from our employer partners to engage in a continuous improvement cycle. When it's possible, we'll make improvements in real time. And more importantly, we'll use all the feedback to make sure that future programming is ever stronger. I'd like to share some examples of the feedback we received so far from stakeholders in the program. Here's one from an apprentice. I think this program is a great way of getting ready for the world of biomanufacturing and ensuring that we thrive. I'm more grateful and appreciative than I could ever put into words. From a professor, someone with about 20 years of teaching experience. In all my years of teaching, this group includes some of the brightest and most motivated students I've ever had the pleasure of dealing with. And from an employer, MassBioEd has de-risked our recruitment and onboarding procedures. We know what we're getting, and we greatly appreciate being able to work with such a trusted partner. So what about the financial impact? Well, this year, 30% of the apprentices in our program were unemployed prior to joining our program. Many of them had lost their jobs because of COVID. Only looking at those who had been employed, we're seeing a 42% increase in their income from pre-program to the final stage of their apprenticeship year. That 42% increase is a fact. Our expectation is that when the training is complete, they will have great upward mobility in terms of earning potential and career growth potential in this industry. And on the employer side, we're streamlining the program. We're really bringing them value in terms of streamlining their onboarding and their recruitment procedures. The other thing that's somewhat unique about this program is that the apprentices will get company-sponsored health insurance, they'll get paid time off, paid holidays, and these are benefits that most of these people have never received before. So who are the 2021 apprentices? We have 30 apprentices in this inaugural year. 19 will become biomanufacturing technicians. 11 will become clinical trial associates. 26% are immigrants. 60%, almost 2/3 of them are people of color, and 2/3 of them are female. And I also do want to call your attention to the age range. The average age of our apprentices this year is 33. This is not a high school or a college internship model. We are targeting mature, work-ready adults who, with our intensive and focused training, are going to be able to transfer their work experiences into a new career. And here they are. As individuals, this group represents just an incredibly diverse range of backgrounds. Several came from careers in food service. One was a school bus driver. Several were home health aides. One was an EMT. Several of them have had careers in business or in sales. One was a math teacher. Many of them are single working moms. Several of these people are finally achieving a lifelong dream of entering the scientific profession, a dream that had been thwarted over many years because of various personal or financial circumstances. But most importantly, all of them are people who, until now, did not have an open door into the life sciences industry. They were simply blocked out of this talent pipeline, a pipeline we all talk about, and we all know how important it is to fill it in order to sustain our industry's growth. The MassBioEd apprenticeship programs are adding to the supply of qualified individuals entering this industry. I wish I could introduce you to all of them, but instead we've chosen one young woman, Gina Diaz, to represent her classmates. Gina is a resident of Dorchester, and she'll be working as a biomanufacturing technician starting in October. So Gina, I'll turn it over to you.
Thank you, Carla. Thank you for the introduction. Good morning. My name is Gina Diaz. Thank you for having me. I would like to start by saying being part of MassBioEd's apprenticeship program has been life-changing. Given the opportunity to work in an industry that is purposeful and potentially making a difference in the future is an amazing feeling. The training portion of my apprenticeship has allowed me to learn and sharpen my understanding with microbiology, math, biology, chemistry, and most importantly, soft skills. I believe every workplace should incorporate soft skills. By the great teachings of Holly Waite, I've learned to better interact with my fellow colleagues while keeping in mind how to maintain professional and acknowledge that we all have our unique way of being and beliefs. Knowing someday I'll be able to open doors, not just for myself, but for others, is very rewarding. I want to work towards something meaningful and long-term, not only to make my daughter proud, but also myself. Through this program, I've discovered a side of me that makes me feel accomplished. I've learned to know that it's okay to ask for help when needed, to ask questions to better support and work in a team, how to properly manage my time, and most of all, believe in myself. MassBioEd has provided me with exceptional training and resources. This was possible by the funders and also by the great efforts of Jermaine Palmer and Carla Talanian, and all the instructors that have been part of this great apprenticeship program. Thank you.
Gina, thank you so much for your amazing words. It's really inspirational, and we're so excited to have you as part of our first apprenticeship class. And we all look forward to hearing about your continued success. And I am now pleased to turn it over to Kenn Turner, who's the CEO of the Massachusetts Life Sciences Center. MLSC is a long-term and critical partner of MassBioEd and also a program sponsor of our apprenticeship program. Thank you, Kenn. Less than a year into his role as the CEO of MLSC, I know that I just heard him the other day, workforce development is a #1 priority for Kenn, and we look forward to our continued partnership in solving these really vexing challenges that Massachusetts is facing. So thank you, Kenn.
Terrific. Good morning, Sunny, and thank you. Hello, everyone. It's a pleasure to represent the Massachusetts Life Sciences Center and to be here with you all. For me this morning and the launch of this new initiative represents teamwork. Now, I'm no life science expert, as many of you know, but if you look at my experience in the military and in the private sector and now in government, you can bet I know a little bit about the importance of teamwork. I want to congratulate Sunny and her team at MassBioEd for the launch of its critical apprenticeship programming. The Life Sciences Center is proud to fund this program with a $50,000 grant to support underrepresented groups in the life sciences industry, along with those who are unemployed and underemployed, providing them with the training and the skills to afford them career opportunities in our vibrant life sciences sector. Since 2012, the Life Sciences Center has provided MassBioEd with over $1 million in grants to support biotechnology education at over 60 economically disadvantaged high schools and middle schools throughout the Commonwealth. MassBioEd is running the type of programs that represent the model for how we can bridge the gaps and scale opportunities. There are numerous initiatives across this state building pipelines, but we need to continue to explore new ways to take this network of what I call small pipes and turn them into bigger and more boldly producing pipes to grow our workforce needs and meet our industry needs, along with bringing more people into the life sciences ecosystem. I know I have MassBioEd on this team, and I'm grateful to be joined on the virtual stage with our partners in industry, including my dear friend and colleague, Kendalle Burlin O'Connell at MassBio, our partners in government with Secretary Acosta, and our federal partners and Secretary Walsh and Congresswoman Trahan. If you ask me, this is the secret sauce to why life sciences remains a leader in this space. It comes down to our people. It comes down to teamwork. And Massachusetts will continue to have all of the people in government, industry, education, all of us around the table to reach new heights for patients, for our workforce, and for growing out the benefits of life sciences across our great Commonwealth. Because of our preeminence in the life sciences, companies continue to find that the best opportunities to grow and succeed means having a footprint here in Massachusetts, whether it's in Boston or Cambridge, or many other of our life sciences clusters that are starting to emerge across the state. Now, while I'm confident that this will remain the case, we need to look at bridging gaps, ensuring our academic institutions are producing graduates ready for the jobs our industry is hiring for, and scaling opportunity, meaning ensuring that we are building a big pipe for diverse population growth that deserve and have earned an opportunity to be part of our vibrant life science ecosystem. We are at a watershed moment in the life sciences, now more than ever, to be accessible to the masses. And we're going to do this together. It has been my utmost pleasure to be here with you this morning. Congratulations again to the MassBio team. Let's continue to work together to get things done. Sunny, congratulations.
Kenn, thank you so much. And thanks for all the great work that you're doing. And we're looking forward to our continued partnership as you grow and we grow. And we really just couldn't have a better partner in this effort. So thank you. And now Kenn mentioned industry. So I am honored to welcome one of our industry partners. In fact, our first industry partner and our first employer who stepped up to fund this program. So I'm going to welcome Odile Smith, who's the manager of the Devens facility at Bristol Myers Squibb. Bristol Myers signed on early to this program, and we just couldn't really imagine a better partner to help us launch this. And you'll hear more from Odile directly. Thanks.
Yes, good morning. My name is Odile Smith. As Sunny just said, I am the general manager for the Bristol Myers Squibb Devens campus. When we learned that MassBioEd wanted to create this program, we raced to become involved. We're very thrilled to join as the very first lead sponsor and the founding employer partner. And we will host several of the first cohort apprentices at our manufacturing facilities here in Devens. So it is significant to us to be part of this program because it offers a path to life science careers for individuals from historically underrepresented communities. And bringing innovative medicine to patients requires a workforce with diverse experiences, perspective, and personal backgrounds because it reflects those of our patients and of our communities. Fostering a diverse workplace is a pillar of the BMS values, and it is also the commitment that the Bristol Myers Squibb Foundation has made to address disparities in healthcare and our industry. We need to identify the right talents, and programs such as this one can help us find them. And we need them because BMS is growing in Massachusetts. At Devens, we're adding a state-of-the-art cell therapy manufacturing facility. Manufacturing biologics and cell therapies is operationally and technically very complex. In cell therapies, each lot that we produce is unique to the specific patients. We start from the patient's own T cells. We then produce the engineered T cells that will be infused back to this original cancer patient. It is ultimately critical for companies like us involved in this field to develop reliable quality supply and a rapid turnaround time. We plan to hire several hundred employees over the next few years to support our operations. MassBioEd Biomanufacturing Technician Apprenticeship Program came at the right time, and it allows us to gain access to a pool of work-ready candidates with skills that are perfectly matched to our needs. I have to say that our hiring manager were very impressed with the candidates that MassBio sent to us. Each individual apprentice comes to this program with rich life experiences. MassBioEds provide them with intensive classroom and hands-on training, and that enables them to hit the ground running as they transition into our manufacturing facilities. This helps us really streamlining our onboarding process. The collaboration that has led to the creation of this program speaks to why BMS continues to grow our regional footprint here. Big challenges and big problems get solved together. I know that we have here today MassBioEd, of course, an array of life sciences champions and multitude of industry partners. Collectively, we've been able to build a program that one partner alone could not have created. At Bristol Myers Squibb, we are inspired by our vision of transforming patients' lives through science. Our vision is made possible by all of our 30,000 dedicated employees who bring their unique skills, insight, and passion to work every day. This helps us explain why this program has been so very special to us. Thank you very much for having me here representing Bristol Myers Squibb in this adventure. And I will turn the stage back to you, Sunny.
Odile, thank you so much. We're just so excited to have you as a partner, as a funder, as a leader in this industry. And we're really excited to see this program grow and see what happens with this first cohort of apprentices at your facility. So to wrap things up for closing remarks, I'm really proud to introduce my friend and colleague, Kendalle O'Connell, who's the president and COO of our sister organization, MassBio. We couldn't do this without MassBio, and Kendalle will wrap up the event for us.
Thank you, Sunny. What a wonderful event. It's such an honor to be here today to celebrate the launch of this incredible program with such esteemed guests. Thank you, Secretary Walsh, Secretary Acosta, and Congresswoman Trahan for joining us today. We applaud the commitment you've made to workforce development and your support for apprenticeship programs like these. MassBioEd has a long history of educating and training the next generation of talent. What they've created here with this new apprenticeship program is incredibly timely. We know from our members that the current talent pipeline is not enough to support our growing industry. As MassBio's recent industry snapshot points out, the life sciences cluster in Massachusetts is growing at a record-breaking rate, creating unprecedented demand for talent. Based on conservative estimates, it is possible that the state may need 40,000 net new life sciences employees by 2024. To fill the current and projected talent gap, we need new pathways for students and adults to transition into the life sciences. And this apprenticeship program is one way we can get there. By focusing on recruiting candidates from underrepresented groups, as well as those who are unemployed and underemployed, MassBioEd and this apprenticeship program is helping to diversify the talent pipeline. And this is critical. As we know, more diverse workplaces create better business outcomes, but more importantly, can create better patient outcomes. We must commit as an industry to look everywhere to identify the best and brightest talent and give them the opportunity to succeed in the life sciences. On behalf of MassBio and our 1,400 members, I want to congratulate MassBioEd, the sponsoring companies, and the apprentices going through the program. I look forward to our continued work together and seeking out ways to expand upon this exciting initiative.
Thank you, Kendalle, for MassBio's just longstanding partnership with MassBioEd. And thanks again to our program sponsors, our employer partners, the apprentices themselves, who are really the ones doing the work. And thank you to everyone for joining us today. I love seeing all of the comments in the chat and the congratulations. We really take that to heart and appreciate you being here. We're just so excited to have your support today as we start this program. And we look forward to your partnership as we scale it up in the coming years. So I hope everyone has a wonderful day. Thank you.